Shalom, Mishpocha, and welcome to another 10-Minute Tuesday, where we glean into the Word of Yah. I hope everyone, in spite of what our issues may be, we're holding on to faith. He never said it was going to be easy, but he did say those that endure unto the end will be delivered. And how do we do this? By faith. You know, I was thinking about Jericho and how those walls, those obstacles, the things that were trying to prevent them from reaching their promise, ultimately became their footstools. The Bible says the walls came tumbling down, laid flat, and they began to walk upon those walls into the promise. Well, I like to call that Jericho faith. When you have giant obstacles, you need Jericho faith. Now, when I think of Jericho, one of the first images that pop in my mind is a huge, thick wall, stone. And behind that wall is the blessing. It's the goal of whatever it is I'm trying to accomplish. It's what I'm striving for. It's all that was told would be yours. Joy, healing, peace, love, reconciliation, prosperity, etc. You fill in the blank. But there's obstacles, hindrances, trying to prevent you, trying to distract. Don't look at the goal, look at the problem. These walls might appear to be giants in our lives, trying to ultimately stop you from reaching your promise. Most people would see it and say it's impossible to overcome. You might as well give up. It'll never happen. You can't achieve your goals, so you might as well stop. Saints, don't have more faith in other people's opinion of yourself and what you can accomplish. We can do all things through Moshiach, our strength. Our faith should be stronger than the faith of those against us. Those types of people are walls. They're obstacles trying to get in our way. We need that Jericho faith. Nothing's going to be handed to us. We must pick up our cross daily. It takes effort. It takes pain. And sometimes we might stumble, but we keep on going. Things may try to prevent you. Walls will try. Obstacles will try to prevent you from accomplishing your dreams. But as long as you don't give up, as long as you don't turn away from your goals and stand your ground, waiting on the Lord, one day those walls will come down. You might not think you have a hammer strong enough to break through by your own strength, by your own power, but greater is he that's in you. You have a voice just like the voice those priests used when they came to the walls of Jericho. That's the shout of praise. That's the shout of the trumpet. When you find your promise surrounded by walls, obstacles, you can lift up your voice like a trumpet. When those giants start saying, no, 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 when those giants start telling you, you can't do it, you lift up your voice like a shofar and say, yes, I can. I can do all things through Moshiach, who strengthens me. There's a story in Luke chapter 18, starting at verse 35, among other gospels as well, that talks about a blind man who was sitting at all places, Jericho. You can't make this up. I want you to read that for yourselves. On a deeper level, it's the story of Jericho. That man had Jericho faith. He was sitting there at Jericho, waiting until his change comes. Soon, Yeshua, the salvation, the deliverer, the helper, would eventually come. Make sure you read that story, because sometimes we need to sit down and wait on the Lord around our blessing. And when you get tired of sitting, do what the children of Israel did. Get up and start walking around your blessing, all the while claiming victory by faith, lifting up your voice like a trumpet. And remember, they didn't just walk once around Jericho, it was several times. The point is, don't give up. Things may not come when we want them. We must endure until we overcome. And one day, your walls, your obstacles will have to fall down flat. In Luke 18, the Bible actually says they were on their way to Jericho. Instant hint. And a blind man was sitting there waiting. And one day he heard that his help, his strength, Yahshua, the greater hammer, the deliverer, the destroyer of walls and obstacles, was passing by. And he began to lift up his voice like a trumpet, just like the children of Israel did as they marched around the walls. He began to shout, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." Then guess what happened? Obstacles, walls, deterrents began to try to prevent him from his promise, his goals, his dreams. But these walls, these obstacles, they weren't stone, they were people. The people began to say, "No, no, no, leave him alone. Be quiet. You can't. You don't have what it takes. Your dreams will never come true. You should give up. Don't bother the master with your little needs." Folks, the blind man began to cry out all the more. He didn't give up. His faith began to rise up. Now, this just wasn't a one-time deal. This went on for some time. But guess what happened? His faith, his perseverance endured and ultimately reached the desk of power. The Bible says that Jesus heard him. And get this, Yeshua called for him. What do you think those obstacles did? They fell down flat. The Bible says he was moved with compassion. And I think it was because the man never gave up, in spite of all of those that were with Jesus trying to stop him. He had Jericho faith. He didn't give up because of the walls in his life. He endured until the end, until they fell down flat. Jesus said, "Your faith has made you whole." Saints, don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your promises. Don't let those that don't want to see you succeed get the victory. You keep marching around Jericho, lifting your voice like a trumpet. People may try to make you doubt or give up. You let faith rise even the more. And one of these days, your patience, your perseverance, your faith will bring down those obstacles and make you whole. And those that doubted, that wanted you to fail, those obstacles, they will become your footstools. Just don't give up. Because one of these days, just like that blind man, your faith is going to reach the master's ears. Why? Because you have Jericho faith. This has been 10 minutes of Jericho faith. Shalom.